The Good Buddies Anime Podcast is hosted by two rowdy, foul-mouthed American cowboys. Listener discretion is advised.
Hey, Good Buddies, what's up, and welcome into the Good Buddies Anime Review. I'm your good buddy Roger.
And I am your good buddy Brandon.
And we are doing kind of this is a little different. This isn't really a review. We're just going to talk about a second season to something. Typically, we would do a review for this. Mm-hmm. But Brandon was all like, are we going to put a score to this? Are we going to review it? And I was like, what?
Here's the thing. We're talking about Demon Slayer Season 2.
Maybe it'll feel good just to talk about it.
And we like Demon Slayer a lot. I feel like if you're into Demon Slayer, if you're listening to this, you've probably already seen the show and you know what's up. I don't know if it really makes sense. I kind of just want to get in here and talk about how cool it was.
Yeah, maybe this is a good progression for second seasons and stuff after that. But yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah.
But yes, we are talking about Demon Slayer Season 2. We can still talk about each of the categories and whatnot. We probably won't put an actual score to it. We can give you like a hypothetical, somewhere around here. But
yeah.
Roger, should we even talk about like the review stuff?
Nah, dude, let's fuck it.
Let's just get into
what we want to talk about, which is Demon Slayer Season 2.
So we had Demon Slayer Season 1.
Entertainment District arc.
The Entertainment District arc. We had the sweet-ass movie. Mugen Train.
Yeah, Mugen Train. Sorry, Entertainment District arc is Season 2.
Yes, we had Season 1 was just Demon Slayer Season 1. It's like, what, 24, 25 episodes?
I think it's like 3 different arcs.
Yeah, it's a few. But you got the whole first season, which is pretty long, movie, and then second season was Entertainment District. I didn't even know how many episodes it was going to be.
It was
when it first
11,
dropped it. Yeah. I didn't know how many it was going to be, but it's 11. And it's pretty sick. It feels, again, I said last week, a buddy of mine who reads the manga, he was like, feels like it's moving fast. But I had to get through it in 11 episodes.
It really did feel like the second season, they did include the Mugen Train arc, because they broke it all out into episodes. And there was some additional content in there.
Yeah, and
so
I mean,
we're not going to talk about that, but it definitely feels like, they use those along with these to fill out
they had like the Mugen Train Treat TV arc, which they'll do anyway with stuff. That had a little bit extra in it, but like they do the same thing with
My Hero Academia. Something else.
What's the fucking name of the show? Legend of Galactic Heroes. God, I'm terrible. I'm sorry.
God, we need some more of that, don't we?
Song kicks ass.
Not just that song. I want that show. I love that show.
Yeah, it's a good show. Good song, good music. All of it's good. Anyway, we're not talking about that. Point is, they did that with Mugen Train, which is pretty sick.
Yeah.
Love me Mugen Train. I will say, again, it's the thing I talked about when we talked about the Mugen Train movie. They did a thing where it's like, here's a guy, here's a demon, all right, he's gone, and movie's done. It's like, it was good. It was very good. But also, they totally skipped by my personal favorite thing, which is where they kind of humanize the demon. And like, you get a little bit of look at like what they were like before this happened, how they fell from grace, so to speak, how they went from being a human to a demon, etc., etc. And you know what you do get in this one, without any major spoilers? That. Yeah. Which is a good old fucking time.
Oh, yeah. And they really save it, and they really fucking ham that.
They savor it.
Oh, yeah.
They savor it.
And they're going to knock you down a peg with it, because it was pretty emotional.
Pretty fucking sad. But that's episode 11. Let's take it back to episode 1. Let's talk about, even though we're not going to review it, the story and setting.
Okay.
It's your boys.
Yeah, so hot off the tracks of the Mugen Train, Tanjiro goes to meet with Komodo Ryugen, the Fire Hashira.
Don't get me to line, but yeah.
They go to meet his family so he can pass on a message to them.
Right.
That only takes up the first episode before we truly proper get into the Entertainment District arc, which the end of that episode sees Uzui Tenzin, who is he is the flashy Hashira. He's a ninja, and
he's a very flashy man. He calls himself the god of festivals. He's technically the sound Hashira or something, right? Yeah. He uses sound breathing and all that shit. So he always had to have some weird breathing.
He's a flashy boy,
Yes. But yes, very flashy. Oh, he's so hot, so attractive. Look how sexy he is.
Goddamn wives.
He's got 3 sexy ass wives. You got quiet, like, maybe his favorite wife. You got the kind of loud, goofy, and maybe a little emotional one. You get the fiery, hothead wife, and they all got big old titties.
Dude, let me ask you.
This fucking show.
Yeah, the wives' names are Maki Osuma and Hinatsuru.
Yes.
Which wife was your favorite wife?
Don't make me do this.
Because I did like all 3 wives.
I'm gonna play against type. I usually don't go for blondes, but I kind of liked.
You like the blonde one? I
kind of like the blonde one. She was a little hothead. She was
what? I like the. I usually don't go this way either, but I kind of like the dumber one.
You kind of like the dumb one, the loud one.
The loud one that she's weak, and everybody they're like, yeah, you are kind of weak, and she makes stupid.
She has really good faces.
Oh yeah,
such good faces. Oh my god, she pulls one in that last episode that I was like, yo, I had to rewind
yeah,
it.
she looked like a fucking earthworm Jim or some shit.
Like full on, just like a hook face, like,
yeah.
Like, what the fuck? God, that was good.
And they even do give you like one of those Taisha secrets, like, Uzui Tenzin comes from a clan of ninjas in which they are polygamous.
Yes, it's like expected, especially
yes.
he's like isn't he like is he the eldest son? I forget.
I don't remember
something like
one,
that.
yeah.
But he's high enough ranked that it's like you are going to be assigned like wives.
Yeah,
this is like arranged. These are yours. Have fun, dude. But also they are ninjas and they are expected to work for him and be submissive and all that stuff. And of course our boy, despite being a polygamist and all that stuff, heart of gold on this one. He says like normally it's you protect the people and his life as the head ninja of them would be the most important. He says no, y'all first. He's like he cares so much about these women. He's like, no, if you're in trouble, you get the fuck out. It's y'all, then everyone else, then me.
It's almost like he loves his wives like they're his best friends, really. But he probably does do them. I don't know.
He's fucking.
Yeah.
They probably fucking. I don't know. They do a thing where like you see some flashbacks with them.
You could see a show of them, a spin-off show potentially on like the Discovery.
Oh yeah,
Network
just a straight up, like Ninja Wives, like Sister Wives, but it's Ninja Wives.
Yeah, Ninja Housewives or some shit like that on Discovery Plus.
What's the names again? Give me one of the names.
Makoto.
One of them's just like I just don't think Makoto really cares about Tenzin's needs.
Sorry, it's Makio.
Makio doesn't seem like she's like really taking what he needs into account. Like just the little talking head between it. Fuck off. That's so good. I'd watch the fuck out of that. Somebody make that happen. YouTube series. Let's go.
The shit's cute. I'll personally help you pitch it to Discovery Plus because there's tons of shit on that.
Yeah, dog.
On that.
Oh my god, they'll do whatever. But yeah, it's one of those where like it does kind of. It definitely hits it's one of those things where like on the surface it's one of those that I'm like it's a little uncomfortable. I always do have an issue with how this show portrays its female characters. I've told you before the most notable female character can't talk, has almost no agency, but she gets a fun scene every so often. But they're fun. They're just fun and I like them.
Yeah, they do a good job of giving all these characters even if it does seem kind of weird or, like... You get at least a feel genuinely do think polygamy is weird.
Yeah, for sure. Let's not.
I don't want to dive too far down, but, if you're dealing with that shit, you're probably in a cult. Probably. Help. But, yeah, man. This show just does a good job of treating its characters with enough respect.
Enough respect that you know who they are.
And it treats you with respect, too.
Even if, like, I think you could easily say that, like I said, you got... quiet wife, angry wife, and silly wife. Yeah. And it's like that's pretty two-dimensional, but it's fun. It works. They make it work. I don't know what to tell you. It's a good time, and they throw kunais, and it's a good time.
Yeah, kunoichis.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's like that dude and his ladies. But the whole point of this thing is that he's taking our boys, Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and I can never remember Pig Boy's name, even though he's my favorite. Inosuke. Yeah. That's it. Inosuke. And they're taking them to the entertainment district.
Yeah, Night City,
Okay, we'll talk about it. Yeah. They're taking them to the entertainment district where there's all the brothels and the madams and whatnot. And he dresses them up like ladies because they need to infiltrate these houses and find his wives because there's a demon at work here. And it turns out it is number 6 of the upper demons. The upper 6 demon is who is lurking here. And boy, oh boy, you get some fun fight scenes. And why wouldn't you? It's Demon Slayer. That's pretty much the story. It does feel like it moves kind of fast. There's like moments where you see them like in the house, like in there as these women and whatnot, pretending to be girls so that they can get into the houses. And there's little moments like that, but then it pretty quickly becomes, okay, we found the demon, let's do the stuff. Yeah. And then like
it does give you just enough. It gives you enough. Just a decent bit of humor.
It gives you enough
before the gas. Whether or not that humor is based off of people cross-dressing or whatever, it is still quite silly.
Well, I'm gonna pretend I don't laugh at every freaking British show where they do that shit. Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those where it definitely has its moments where it's like, a little weird, but also really funny. It still works, I think.
Yeah.
You do get, this show's Mineta Zenitsu freaking out when he finds out dude has 3 wives, which is an amazing scene because he is full on losing it.
Like
it's like,
melting
you motherfucker,
down,
it's not enough that you're so hot and so attractive. You also get 3 wives, you son of a bitch. Like just losing his mind, yelling at this dude. It's great. You do get good old Inosuke, who of course under that pig mask is just beautiful, being absolutely just the envy of some of the other girls in the house because like, god damn, she's pretty, but can't talk because they'll find out he has a very gruff voice. It's a good time. And then Tanjiro, who they doll all of them up, he dolls them all up with makeup to get them in the houses, and then as soon as they wash off the makeup, they're like, look at this fucking scar. You ain't gonna make any money. Go wash the floors. Poor baby.
They realize that he's a very diligent worker, and Inosuke comes off as a very, very pretty maiden or whatever it is that's going to happen to these girls at these brothels.
I feel like you don't get enough Inosuke. I kind of wanted more Inosuke in this one.
But the best is Zenitsu, where everybody's like, this one's ugly.
Isn't that fucking hair? And but you know what
hey,
she can
keep
do.
that stupid makeup on him for the entire season.
But you know what he can do is play the fuck out of that shamisen.
Yeah,
absolutely ripping on it. And they're like, god damn, she can play though. Damn, she can play.
Yeah. So Tenzin sends them all to a house to try and find his wives who are missing, and that is where the arc proper, the action of it really kicks off once they discover the demon.
Once they're in there, once they figure out what's going on with this demon, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know how deep we can go on the actual demon because there's a pretty big twist partway into that. But yeah, show kicks ass, really cool fights. We pretty much went from story and setting into characters there.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the demon herself?
Yeah. I don't have her name. Hold on. But she is very beautiful. She has 2 names, obviously her human name and then her...
Which no one remembers. She doesn't even remember her own human name.
Yeah. Well, it's said that she was named after her mother's disease.
Yeah, which is kind of fucked.
Yeah, it really is.
Jesus Christ.
Let's see.
That's like what you find out in episode 11 once they you get the backstory and all that. But the homegirl kind of kick a little ass. You see her in the intro. Intro kicks ass, by the way.
Her name is Daki.
Very pretty. She's like kind of a what one might consider a typical for this time period and whatnot, like geisha-esque, super hot, with the pale makeup and everything and whatnot. What are those fucking sashes called? I can't remember. But is it an obi? Is it an obi that you tie your kimono with? She's got these fucking sashes that she can control. And so she's like out there fighting, like whipping them around like a goddamn octopus, kicking ass and taking names. And it's a whole thing. Again, I don't think we can go too much deeper on it without spoiling some big twists. But and obviously, again, I assume anyone who's listening to this has seen the show and enjoys it. But if you haven't, we don't want to go too deep on it. These 11 episodes are really good. But yeah, it's a good old time. There's muscle rats.
Oh yeah. They bring their equipment, the muscle rats.
Oh, muscle rats. They're little mice, and they wear little ninja headbands, and they're buff as fuck.
Yeah.
They literally just run on their hind legs and carrying around shit, and they got big arms, and they're like
pointy heads, man. I love them.
They're fucking flexing and shit. Oh my god.
But yeah.
God damn, that's a good show.
Yeah. Great characters they work in here. But yeah, the demon, dog. you really can't talk too much about her without giving away the main twist there. And one way or another, they're gonna have to fight her. What I believe is her sash is separate from her.
Something like that, because she can send it out as separate and control it, and then when it at a certain point it returns to her and she powers up.
And she's upper 6, so it ain't gonna be fucking easy.
No, hell no, she's a bad.
You can almost bet your ass the first time it's over and it's episode 8. Well, it fucking ain't over.
She actually gets the ever-loving shit kicked out of her for a little bit, but then she's like, "I'm a bad bitch. You can't kill me." And she grabs her sash, powers up. Her hair turns white with green tips, and then she just starts hammering. Oh man, what a show. Let's see. So we got story and setting, characters development. What's next? See, we didn't do it at the beginning, so I don't remember.
Yeah, it's the
art and animation.
Yeah, art and animation, music, sound.
God, it's
we
pretty.
could kind of lump those together, really. But Demon Slayer. So the first season looked beautiful. The movie obviously was fucking beautiful, and it feels like the budget is somewhere in between that first season and the movie. Because this feels, I think it felt better than the first season.
Yeah, they particularly.
Visually, I think it looked better. It looked more expensive.
Particularly like episode 10, where like the fight really gets like crazy, where you have like the big moments of this fight that's going on. Outrageous, like the motions, the slickness of it and all that stuff. I will say, I feel like, I don't know, am I becoming an animation hipster where I'm like, yeah, it looks really good, but it's kind of just them running around and slashing stuff and like, I don't know. It's one of those where like it's very technically wondrous and it works very well, and I love it.
The average budget for the season 2 Demon Slayer episode,
okay, here we go, was
$80,000 to $90,000 per episode to animate.
Now, do you have any idea what like the average budget for a different show might be?
Well, let's see. What else is a big one? My Hero Academia. You gonna try that as the litmus?
Sure, why not?
Oh, let's see, Academia. Okay, well, according to this, My Hero Academia, this is
it higher?
Fucking weird, yeah. My Hero Academia is $110,000 per episode. Yeah, the animation just isn't that good. They're getting a fucking raw deal. They need to go to Ufotable.
Yeah, I'm looking at this and I'm like, so I just Googled average anime episode budget. God knows this is Google and this means nothing. We didn't do our research. Yeah. Fuck you. We're American cowboys. We ain't got time for
I just thought about it as you said it. So,
how much does an anime episode cost to make? The average cost of a simple 60-second 2D animation is around $6,000. A whole episode could cost between $100,000 to $300,000. So a 12-episode long season can cost up to $3.6 million US.
So Demon Slayer is cutting it, man, and I feel like that is.
I don't know. I don't know. This is a cursory Googling. Who knows if any of these numbers are even accurate? I don't have time to actually do the research. But you know what?
This information comes from Anime Galaxy Official.
Look, point is, show's pretty. But like I was saying, it's like one of those where like I'm looking at it and I am enjoying what I'm seeing and I'm having fun. But it's also just like a lot of motion that is very clean. They got the motion blur and whatnot. It's very fast paced, very quick, very cool looking. And at the same time, I'm just like, this is really good, but also it's not like doing anything different. It's taking like the things that you would see in like an MHA, a Jujutsu Kaisen, a Demon Slayer, obviously. These big name shonens, these big budget, cool shonens, and like turning it up. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, maybe I'm turning into a freaking animation hipster with this, but I feel like but I think of like Mob Psycho that looked different. I think a Sunny Boy that looks different, that does it different.
I think Demon Slayer does enough to look different.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It just feels like, I don't know. I feel like it's turning it up, and that's great, but it's just like, I don't know. I feel like I'm just unsatisfied.
I mean, if you're doing this to Demon Slayer, you might be being a little hard. I don't know,
maybe.
I don't know, because I don't think, I went to My Hero Academia because I think that is the typical animation.
I don't even know
that's right in the middle.
I think if you're going right in the middle, it needs to be something that's like not as huge, maybe not even a shonen, maybe like Horimiya or something.
That's more stylized though. It's more.
Yeah,
that's more of a.
I don't know what's an average anime, my guy. I don't know if MHA is it.
Yeah, well, I would say an average anime is a seasonal anime. Something it's going to get more than 12 episodes. It's a shonen, dude. It has to be.
This is one of those.
Your average is somewhere in the shonen. It is the
I feel like this is one of those where we just kind of talk out of our ass for a little bit, and that's fine.
maybe who knows?
And we don't know things.
Yeah.
What are we, economists? Anime economists?
Supposed to know? Yeah, I'm just a stupid idiot. Okay. What am I supposed to do?
We're rowdy American cowboys.
I just watched the cartoons and say that looks really good.
I liked it. I did enjoy it. It was pretty cool. But yeah, show kicks ass.
Mm-hmm. It looks great.
The movement and the animation, everything is really cool. I will say
I accept the way you feel about it, but I honestly do think that Demon Slayer does enough to set itself apart. It's beautiful.
I think you're right. There are bits like, particularly in those last couple episodes, where like they're standing amongst wreckage in this fire, and I'm like, well, that just looks like they recorded real ass fire and put it on there.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
I like that weird
What
shit
of it?
too, though. Yeah.
What of it? Hey, it works. But yeah, it's wild. Music and sound, it's good.
I
Kicks
love
ass.
the opening song.
Opening song kicks ass. Closing song's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a bop. It's a bop.
The clings and clangs of those knives and whatnot.
Yeah, the interstitial stuff, the sound design of the show as a whole. I don't remember a whole ton of it.
Which it is not a knock. If it blended in, if it didn't stick out like a sore thumb, then they were doing it right.
Yeah, the main thing I remember is the opener, and I really did like the opening. So
yeah, opener kicked ass.
kind of ruled.
Kind of whipped a little ass. Kind of kicked a little ass.
Yeah, but that's pretty much all of our categories other than je ne sais quoi, and this whole thing has been a je ne sais quoi.
It's just all one big je ne sais quoi. So what else did they say? All right, that's good. Check it out. I will say, so let's do a little je ne sais quoi. Is there anything that happened in here that you kind of like, I don't know about that? I got one.
The fact that the whole city ends up getting pretty much fucking wrecked.
Yeah.
But somehow these three wives were able to evacuate seemingly almost everybody.
You definitely see some people get fucked up.
Yeah, you do see some people die.
Yeah, straight up, some innocent, some civilians.
But it's like, they said, oh yeah, we've got everybody out, pretty much. They did make an announcement that we've pretty much gotten people like, well, that's a big ass city. How the hell did you do that?
I mean, yes, I agree, but also like, so we know for sure in that first big boom and like a bunch of buildings get fucked up, that like we see people get hurt and die there. And I feel like if you are anywhere in that town and you look out your window and see that like, an eighth of the town has been demolished, you're like, hey, it's time to get the fuck out at you.
Yeah, maybe you are scooting. It's just like the sheer level of destruction or whatever. Also, you know what? It was. This is kind of a spoiler, but it's not that big of a spoiler. At a certain point, Tanjiro gets two of his fucking fingers broken.
Yeah.
And I got so tired of looking at those stupid purple fingers. Yeah,
they're just bent backwards. Like they're all purple. They literally look like Deku did the finger thing twice.
Yeah.
And they're bent backwards and just purple and gross looking. And I'm like, he's like doing little bunny ears.
Yeah, I'm tired of looking at it. Stop it. Stop it. Snap those back into place. Stop it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You got anything?
I actually got two. So one was the final fight. Without big spoilers, there's things that need to happen just so in order for them to beat the demon, and there's a bit in there where like all of this is happening in half a second, but it's doing the thing where like it takes 5 minutes because you're getting everybody's thoughts as it's going, and I'm like, it's not bad. There's nothing wrong with it. I know that's how you have to do it to have a soliloquy in there for it to make sense for everybody to get their shit in, but it's also like kind of funny. I'm just sitting there like, this is how you're gonna have a second. There's so much talking and thought. It's funny. It's a little funny to me. The other one that got me is there is a bit in here where I guess spoiler alert, Nezuko inserts the fight. She gets into it, and she goes absolutely fucking ham, and it's great. But it's one of those things where like we know Nezuko can change her bodily appearance, which I get is like we've seen before, and it's just now that like, because I thought before I was like, oh, she made herself tiny to run away. She's not making herself tiny, she's making herself younger, is what it seems like. And then in this fight, when she needs to power up, she makes herself older, I guess. Which means, hey, if there's one thing we've learned from anime, is that there's power in the titties. She grows titties and then whips ass. Because she makes her body older and stronger, I guess, is the excuse we're using.
Yeah.
It's just, it was a little weird for me that I'm like, I just watched that little girl grow titties. I also watched her grow 3 feet, because she's an adult body now, quote unquote. But I did just watch her grow titties. It was a little weird to me.
It make you pee hard?
No, it didn't. That's a child and a demon. And they still don't let her talk, except for a little bit in a weird.
Yeah, she gets flashbacks and stuff.
It's like there's like a little flashbacky bit, and there's little like kind of in your mind kind of thing.
It does seem like at this point it does seem strange that you run into so many demons that can still talk.
Yeah. And Nezuko can't.
Yeah.
Even though like you find out she's like apparently crazy strong.
Yeah.
Which we already knew some.
They, initially the way I felt like it was described is that they put the muzzle on her to hide her fangs so she didn't freak people out. But at this point, I'm not really sure why she can't talk.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is there like, at least tell me like, oh, she was traumatized or...
I don't know. Maybe...
I mean, maybe something was damaged whenever... I honestly don't fucking know. Maybe it went for the throat and tore something in there. Just... Now I kind of want a reason why she can't talk. I'm not bothered by the fact that she can't talk. I'll be honest. It doesn't really bother me that much. But now at this point, I do kind of want some sort of
like if not for like a character-driven reason, for a story reason.
Yeah,
you want to know.
I want to know.
But
why can't she just make cute squeaks?
They are very cute squeaks. Or growls when she's angry. I will go on and like there's, again without any spoilers, there is a very powerful parallel between specifically Nezuko and the demon they fight.
Yeah.
And some other characters and stuff. So, and I really, really liked that, like the story of like the parallel that's going on here.
I thought it was super cool.
You also get a lot of like really good setup for the future stuff where like, there's a bit where Tanjiro kind of powers up as he's facing off against this demon, and he, is using the not fire breathing or whatever, but the
sun breathing.
What's the thing they called it? The dance is the something gami. I can't remember. Hako. I can't remember. Hinokami, something like that.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho. He does the Yu Yu Hakusho, and for a second there's a bit where like he's powering up and he is like, like real serious on the verge. Like how long can he hold this? But he is all the way in, and Homegirl is looking at him and she's having these flashbacks and she's freaking out. She's terrified, like she's seen this before, without major spoilers. And she realizes these aren't my memories. These are Kibutsuji's cells inside of her. That motherfucker has dealt with something like this before and it terrifies him. So that's such like that little moment just sets up so much for future stories and future seasons. I love that shit.
Yeah.
That one little moment. It's like, oh, perhaps he is the one.
Yeah. Well, I think that there are only like 4 more arcs or something left.
Something like that.
I think they're longer arcs, but
yeah, we'll find out. I don't know. I'm not gonna. I have no idea.
Yeah,
but
we'll see what happens.
I like it. It's a good old time.
The books are over, so they're not selling. Well, I mean, they could be selling more of that manga if they fucking printed it here, but
yeah,
throw the shade there.
Shit kicks ass. That's the point.
Yeah.
So we're not doing scores, but if we did, I feel like it. Look, for sure, if you're watching,
it's a solid 9. I would give it.
Yeah, if you've watched any Demon Slayer before and you enjoyed any of it, obviously check this out. It's an anime, most definitely.
I feel like it's I feel like it is. If you watch the first season of Demon Slayer and then you chose to watch the movie, you're probably all in. I'm pretty sure nobody's like, well, there probably are a few people that are like, okay, I'm done with watching this, but for the most part, I think people would be interested in, finishing out what they started. Because it is a great show.
I guess one more little thing in the Je ne sais quoi. Do you feel like they're kind of so? Just based on like,
damn, dude, these dogs are
your neighbor's dogs are losing it. Jesus, they're barking at something. Anyway, so like based on what happens in season 1 and the movie, it feels like I don't know. I don't want to get too spoilery, but there's bits in this one where like it seems like all is lost in this season.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is it. Like, oh man, this person may or may not be dead or gone or dying or whatever, and then everyone doesn't die, I guess. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's like, do you feel like we're getting a little too like, we can kind of just do whatever with some of these characters?
I actually kind of liked the way this season went, because I thought, I guess we only saw it happen once, but I was like, oh, so all these Hashira are going to be here and they're all going to fucking die. Right. But now I'm like, well, now I'm not so sure. So now it does a thing that I kind of like, that it allows me to attach to the characters.
Yeah.
Whereas, I watched the movie and I, immediately was ready to like, okay, I can't attach to any of these.
It's like, as soon as they give dude a backstory, you're like, he's probably dying this episode or next episode.
Yeah, but now at least at this point in the story, it's not guaranteed that the Hashira are gonna die. So I get what you're saying, but I kind of like it.
I mean, like, there's a bit where, like...
It makes it a little more unpredictable.
Minor little baby spoiler. There's a bit where, like, a character gets stabbed in the fucking heart.
Oh, yeah.
And then...
these are Gokus, though, that we're dealing with here.
Yes.
Everybody's a fucking Goku.
Motherfucker jumps up, he's like, bitch, I moved my heart. What? It's like, oh, okay. Okay.
God of the mountain, dude. He does what he fucking pleases.
I guess that makes sense. I guess you could do that. Why wouldn't you be able to do that? Why wouldn't... let me just kind of... all right, my spleen's up here now.
Yeah.
Like, all right, it's a show. These are bad boys who are anime superheroes. Why wouldn't they be able to do some dumb shit like that? But
and I'm
it's
certain
also like
there's going to be plenty of death in the show. But,
oh yeah, for sure.
But now, like, I feel good about it because I'm not sure who is going to die and not die.
I get you. Yeah. But in the end, it's a good show. Enjoyed it. I just knocked the freaking screen thing.
You just slapped it, baby. Just slapped it. I don't know what we're watching or talking about next time, but we'll let you know whenever we know.
We absolutely will. Yes, but thank you for hanging out with us. We're gonna go on into the ramble because we want to talk about some other animes and other things we've been doing and talking about.
We started a little early today, so we're
man. So we got a little time. There's time now.
Yeah, there's time.
But we're gonna go on, move out to it. Check out Demon Slayer if you haven't, because the show just kicks ass. It's very
let us know what you thought.
It's a good time. But yes, tell us about it. We will have the full links in the description wherever you're checking this out, and we will have the full plugs at the end of the ramble.
Is it the superior ongoing shonen right now? I would argue not, but
we'll talk about it. But yes, thank you for hanging out, and we will see y'all next time as we now go into the ramble.
Mm-hmm.
Love ya.
Love you.